menacing, no-nonsense figure of Rakhim Chakhkiev from Russia, the world silver medalist last year. Lost very narrowly in the final to the Italian Russie, who will be coming up a little bit later on. And here is the man whom he defeated in the quarter-final of the World Championship last year. In the semi-final, I should say. The bronze medal, 25-year-old, representing France, John Mbumba. In his opening contest against Julio from Colombia. Chakhkiev had a pretty toughie against Mazaheri from Iran. .73 against the Iranian. But Chakhkiev, big, solid-looking fellow. And Mbumba is that little bit taller, about 1.5 inches taller. Came through against Blanco Julio from Colombia. Russia against France when these two met in the semi-finals of the World Championships in Chicago last year. It was 21-9 to the man who's in blue, the solidly built Russian, the 25-year-old Rakhim Chakhkiev. The Russian European champion of 2 years ago, Roman Romanchuk, didn't make it here. The Russians opted for this fellow. And is 1-0 up against an old opponent, the southpaw from France, John Mbumba. (2-0) now to Chakhkiev. No-nonsense boxer, Rich. He doesn't give too much away. Hasn't got the quickest feet in the world, but he's got decent fast hands, hasn't he?
Yeah, Chakhkiev is one of these southpaws that sits back, likes to box off the front foot. And I'm sure the French corner would have told their man that when this guy attacks, you've got to go back at him straight away. You've got to really compete against this fella, because he tries to spring the attack on you, and you work on the inside also. So it's important that Mbumba, you know, he replies and he counters with fast hands and fast feet himself here against this opponent.
Already through to the semi-final, Acosta from Cuba. The winner will go through to meet him and guarantee himself a bronze medal, of course. So getting a little bit messy, and Wayne Rose is not going to have too much of that. He's a very good official. Mbumba slapping a little bit, was very close to the right hand. Chakhkiev holding and hitting yet again.
Yeah, but Mbumba doesn't need to be caught up on the inside here, Jim.
Fast right hand from the Frenchman, quite rightly too, picked up a point.
This Russian is very strong on the inside.
Not too stable when he's spun round like that.
And Mbumba needs to throw the right uppercut against this fella as he's coming in.
How much of an advantage is it to be in against somebody that you've met before, and particularly in the case of the Frenchman, somebody who's beaten you?
Well, you know, I mean, Vastine was beaten by Bradley Saunders, wasn't he? And then you hear at the Olympics, he's raised his game, they've studied the tapes and whatever, and they got the tactics right. And I'm sure that's what will have happened again here with Mbumba. The French camp will have studied this contest that we had with him before, and they've got to put it right. You've got to be mentally strong. When you go into a contest and when you box an opponent that's beaten you, you've got to literally forget about that. That's gone. You've got to see where you've gone wrong, and you've got to put it right in the contest.
Good left hand from the Russian. That was a good solid shot out of the body. Just spotted there was a bit of a gap there in the Frenchman's defence and went straight through the middle. And Mbumba came back at him quite well.
Yeah, I thought he was unlucky not to land, not to score a couple of shots there, Mbumba. Got one on the board, but he could have got a couple more. in the Olympics team, I've said it many times, it's about having mental strength, not only getting it right tactically, physically, but you've got to be sound mentally as well.
Good left hand once again from the Russian, just swept in. Good counter though by Mbumba. This is starting to liven up a little bit, which is pleasing the crowd. There's nothing like two heavyweights having a real go at each other. A little bit more movement from Chakhkiev now. He may well need that. Mbumba in and out very quickly with the right hand, and Chakhkiev almost caught him with a left on the counter, but that was a clever punch, Richie, from Mbumba.
Yeah, I think Chakhkiev is open here to a right hook as he's coming in. He's also open to a left hook. He seems to dip to his right himself as he comes in, so he's open maybe to a right hook, left hook combination. Throw the jab first, lovely right hand, there you go.
Fast hands from the Frenchman, and again, caught him again, and Mbumba in the lead for the first time. Now, if Chakhkiev goes out, I think the Russian boxing coaches will be, I'm not sure whether they still send them off to the salt mines or not, but they'll be in big trouble when they go home. We've seen so many boxers disappear. They've lost 3 world champions, a couple of European champions.
The fault that Chakhkiev has here, Jim. Every time he comes forward and he throws that left hand, he brings his back leg forward and his feet come square. Once they come square, his target area is full onto his opponent, and it's a bad mistake he's making there.
Good run this for the Frenchman. Terrific left hand by Chakhkiev. Really caught Mbumba and staggered him a little bit. That was a great shot. He's landed a couple of those, but that was a corker. Ooh, this is a good scrap, isn't it? It was 21-9 to the Russian when they met in Chicago last October, but it's 5 apiece at the halfway stage here in Beijing. And both of them look tired. It's taken such a lot out of them.
Yeah, it was a good round. That was a good round from Mbumba. He's got to be able to just maintain that gap between himself and Chakhkiev. There was a good left hand there from the Russian.
That was the opening point.
Yeah, he likes to get close. He's strong on the inside, but look, his back leg come round, look, and gets caught with that left hook. That was a clear example of a mistake he made there. He's square onto his opponent and gets caught with the left hook. Good straight right again from Mbumba. Lovely work, but you see he's maintaining the gap, and that's what he's got to do. You can't allow the man in too close.
Well, this is Lemsiak, Alexander, gold medalist in the light heavyweight division 8 years ago in Sydney. For me, the best boxer in Sydney. Didn't give it to him though. 5 apiece at the halfway stage between France and Russia, and this second heavyweight quarter-final already through to the semi-finals, and awaiting the winner of this is Acosta from Cuba. Acosta incidentally holds a decision, strange though it may seem, over the reigning world champion Russo from Italy, who we'll see a little bit later on. But once again, and just for the second time, the Frenchman John Mbumba in red goes ahead of the man who defeated him last year to get the silver medal in the World Championships, Chakhkiev from Russia.
Oh, silly mistake there by Mbumba, the way he came in slow with the feet and just got picked off. Sloppy, very sloppy.
It's a tough one to call, Richie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about, again, Jim, you know, you make mistakes here, you get caught, you get punished.
Mbumba just missing, not with that one. Second shot from Mbumba was a belter. Pushed his man back with a very good series of jabs, set him up, and then landed with the right hand. Lepsiak is screaming at Chakhkiev to get a little bit closer, needs faster hands. Yeah. Good left hook from the Russian. There was a left one in after that, which was below the old waterline. Ooh, where did Chakhkiev get a point from there?
Yeah, he did, Jim. He got a left hand actually scored there, a straight left hand.
And he's been picked off again by Mbumba.
Mbumba just switched off and allowed Chakhkiev in there with that left hand, but it's anybody's, isn't it? You can't afford to make a mistake here.
Well, Richie, 30 seconds of this has been better than the entire 4 rounds we saw involving the contest involving the Cuban before this. Yeah. There's the first standing count, and it's gone against Chakhkiev. It's only at 1 single point, but the clock ticks away, and he'll come steaming straight back and very nearly landed with a left himself again. 1 more round to go. The balance just maybe was about to be tipped in favour of the Frenchman, and Chakhkiev comes back and clubs him. Yeah. Absolutely clubs him. 2 cracking shots right at the end, and Chakhkiev turned the round around and is 1-0 up with 2 minutes to go. Now this is starting to be a belter. That was a great counter-attacking move, that was, from Chakhkiev. As they were about to come together, he made a quick move with the feet and just beat Mbumba to the shot. He really did. There's some good work here from both fighters on the inside, mid-range and long range. Good little short left uppercut there from Mbumba. That was that sloppiness. He fell short with his shots, just walked onto one. Good work from both boxers in that round. But towards the end of the round, Chakhkiev, look at him here. Great work on the inside there, short range work. Powerful, powerful fella. What a bruiser he is. Yeah. Well, this has been the best heavyweight contest we've seen so far. The winner will go through to the semi-final to meet the Cuban Acosta, and at the moment it's the world silver medalist. Is only a point up against the man whom he beat by 11 points in the Worlds in Chicago last year. Great left hand by the Russian. Back comes Mbumba. That left of Chakhkiev's might have been good enough to produce a standing 8 count. Down goes Mbumba, but Chakhkiev has opened up a 3-point gap. Jim, Mbumba's just made the wrong decision. He's allowed Chakhkiev in on the inside the first 20-30 seconds, and the Russian, this suits him, you see. Short range work suits him. You box into his strength, and that's why he's gone ahead. Left hand every time is working for the Russian. Mbumba coming pulling forward in a straight line, and all Chakhkiev has to do is just move slightly out of the way and clip him with that left. Chakhkiev knew he had to get closer to his man, and he did. Those first 30 seconds, that could be the difference here. What a mistake by the Frenchman. France have already got a semi-finalist. Russia looking for their first one, and they're only a minute away. That's another clever point, and there's another left hand, nearly went in, but 14-9 now to the world silver medalist. Lost only by 1 point to Russo, the Italian, in the final. We'll see him a little bit later on. Good left hook by Mbumba. Chakhkiev ploughing forward now. He's left nothing to chance, and Mbumba will be furious. There's a great right by the Russian. Such a strong man, Chakhkiev. Hanging on a little bit, mind you. They're both tired, and Mbumba's mouth is open. Oh, great shot once again by Chakhkiev. He sometimes, Richie, produces some wonderful little moments of skill. The Russians knew that he had to get closer to his man in this round and force it, and that's what he's done, and Mbumba's allowed him to do it. So disappointed in Mbumba, I really am. Well, it was 21-9 in Chicago last October. It's 16-9 here in Beijing. There's another shot by the Russian, 17-9. I'll tell you what, he's in trouble. He's in trouble, Mbumba. Yeah, great work from Chakhkiev. After 2 rounds, you wouldn't have put your money on him, would you? Mbumba is absolutely exhausted, punched to a frazzle. He threw it away there, Mbumba. They chose the wrong tactics there, that Frenchman in that corner. Totally the wrong tactics. Taking a man on at his strength. Awful, terrible decision. Great last round for the Russian. Won it 21-9 in Chicago in the Worlds. Has won it here in the Olympics 18-9. And Russia, who came here with such hopes of sweeping the board, have got 1 man through to the semi-finals. And the hard-punching Rakhim Chakhkiev from Russia will go through to the semi-finals, where they meet the young Cuban Acosta. Russia have got themselves a bronze medal.